Just trying to get some stuff all set up here. Right, so streaming today, short flight. Not doing the Susier challenge just yet. Maybe I might be able to get in tomorrow and do that. But I've had a heck of a week with everybody, with a lot of stuff going on right now. It's been rough to try to even get on the flight sim, let alone be able to stream or whatnot. Like I said, shooting for possible some more Susi Air Challenge flights for tomorrow. This I'm doing a FSC assignment right now. These things have been sitting in my FSC locker for like a week now, so I really want to get them done. We are in Queenstown, New Zealand. One of my favorite places to fly now. We'll give the 1,002 cent tour, but with the orthos, free orthos, can't remember the name of, but on the org, if you look for a link for New Zealand ortho, you'll find another link that takes you to somebody who did the whole the North and the South Island, zoom level 17, I believe. So, but just extraordinary scenery we have going on in this part of the world. My next vacation is definitely going to be here for sure. So, one of the more challenging airports to fly to is where I usually take my passengers or fly FSC routes, is Milford Sound. Pretty much no procedures, kind of like we were doing in Susio. There's really not a whole lot. It's a very, very scenic, mountains all the way to 10,000 right around it. And make sure that I got everything set up for FSC. I think everything's set. We got enough fuel. I think we got enough fuel. So, also flying on. I often fly on Project Fly, but for sure, I've connected into that and got the nice little overlay for the stream right there. So we're gonna get ourselves ready. I would have to say 95% of the time that I fly now, I fly real weather, and for some reason, I don't know what it is, but New Zealand is like fogged out almost every single day. So we aren't running real world weather today because I do want to show the beauty of this, the mountain scenery and the approach in the Milford Sound. So I hope you guys enjoy this. We're gonna do a quick little flight to Milford Sound and back to Queenstown. So buckle up and get ready. So we'll get this. We're in the caravan today again. And get the prop up there. Fuel down. Turn the battery on. It might be a little loud. Pull everything in. It's still loud. We'll get her squared away. I don't know if it's loud to you guys. It's loud to me. For sure. Okay. Yeah, it still does look loud. So, I don't know why that button's not working right now. I'm still running 11.26, and I feel like I'm starting to. I don't know if I'm feel like I got a couple of bugs going on now. It's also because I've actually had this plane sitting in a spot ready to go for like the last 2 days. So let's see how bad it gets. All right, so fuel boost on, ignition norm, and we'll start. %, and up. Here comes the fuel. Alright, that's much better. Alright, full fuel. Crash Thistle, how you doing? I was lucky enough to be a passenger to C-172 to Queenstown, Milford, something. Oh man, that's awesome. Well, that's awesome, Crash. Are you in New Zealand, or are you just doing vacation? I definitely want to go to Queenstown, but I definitely also want a vacation. I want to go out to Milford Sound, so I don't know if you do that via car or take a plane out there like we're about ready to do right now. But it is stunning. Oh, always forget that. There we go. Alright, beacon. We got taxi lights on, navs on, strobes on. Since we're not real weather, it'll be 2992 today, and we can take off from either side. I'm gonna get my right. So let's get our flaps down one notch. UK. Lived in New Zealand 2014. Take the plan. It's just incredible. That's what I'm feeling. It just feels like it's God, it just looks so stunning. I follow it all on Instagram, and just those shots are just amazing. All right, so let's get our flight plan in here. We're gonna clear, and we're gonna go to lived in Wellington. Road motorcycle. Oh my goodness. What a dream. That is awesome. That is awesome. I can imagine just trip of a lifetime. And ZMF is where we're going. There's a lot of nice jobs as far as FSE in New Zealand as well. I mean, for sure, it's definitely a good place to make some bucks. Like I said, this 40-mile flight, and usually I can fill the caravan. So, all right, here we go. Let's see, for the, yeah, we'll taxi down. We'll do that. Great scenery too. There's a lot of New Zealand airports that on FSE that have been custom done. So you don't have to really spend a whole lot of almost any money to have a great New Zealand scenery library, for sure. So just check it out on the org store, or not even the org store, just the org forum. All right, let's head on out. We got a prop full out. Okay. And let's get I do have my track IR on. Wow, I'm way back. Let's reset that view. Alright. Yes, wife and baby went shopping today, so definitely a nice, calm, relaxing day. and try to get a little bit of stress-free time in the sim right now. Alright, so let's head down the air runway. Turn our landing lights on to keep ourselves exposed or lit up as high as possible. Make our way down. Just stunning. I can only imagine flying even in just the 172 into somewhere like this. This is just definitely great stuff. I think what just really once I start like looking up and on things about New Zealand or whatnot, realizing how how small the island it really is, the islands, but you can virtually go like America is squashed into New Zealand. You have mountains, you have desert, you have beaches, you have everything, and it's a little bit of a drive just to get to all of those. It's just amazing. This is why I really want to get some ortho for Alaska, because if I get ortho for Alaska, I'll be flying pretty much every time in Alaska. Can't wait. So we'll spin around right here. People are friendly. That's awesome too. That's awesome. Except, the only thing I know is that New Zealanders do not like Australians, or Australians don't like New Zealand. That's the only thing that I know. I picked up. Speaking of that, we don't have any XATC chatter going on. I think there's something up with my plugins right now. It just kind of don't. There you go. A little ambiance there. Like I said, I really love this XATC chatter. If you're not doing any air traffic control, it's a nice little added ambiance to have in the cabin while you're flying. Direct 2. Alright, so we're all set up. And I don't know why my battery is hot right now. Battery hot. Standby power is off. Norm. We'll reset. See if that makes that go away. Alright, so let's get that. Our one notch is already in. And we'll hand fly. This is pretty much the whole way. I know I want to go to 10, but we might be able, similar to the Brits and the French, love and hate each other at the same time. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, well, let's talk. Oh, you know what? I almost forgot. Like I said, all the these scripts and stuff like that seem like they're bugged out right now. I'll have to check, but my interface is not. Alright. Queenstown, Milford Sound. Here we go. Alright, here comes the power. My path on this flight is I kind of go down the river, follow the river. Alright. Now I gotta also get used to a brand new thing that I got. Alright, gear up. I got the, I don't have a picture of it right now. I might have a picture of it on my phone. But I got the desktop aviator, 2 new cool little panels. I have the 3 push-pull throttle set, throttle, I think, throttle mixture and prop, and then I also got the trim panel, trim wheel, and I'm really liking that. Getting used to it. Worth the money. In my opinion, it was worth the money. It was definitely a cool buy and definitely good quality. I believe I put a picture of it on my Discord, so we can probably pull it up there. Alright, so it's got a rudder trim and a wheel for elevator pitch, and 6 toggle switches, which I gotta configure. It's pretty much I gotta figure out what I want, what else I need to put a toggle on right now. So just getting her trimmed out. Like I said, we're heading to the northwest down the river, and then we'll hang, or actually we're going southwest, but then we'll hang a north right around the edge of this mountain, right over here. Once we get up to 10, we're fine. We'll be over all of the other mountains. So, as you can see, just beautiful scenery all around. Okay, so we're gonna make our turn, fly over the edge of this cliff right here. Passing through 4-5. Set this a little bit here. Sorry if I'm moving the camera around a lot. I'm trying to make sure I know where I'm at. Yep. So there's. Pull up the map. So we're gonna cut the corner a little bit on, but we'll head up this this river, and there's Milford Sound trapped in the corner there. The Remarkables, wow. Well, they are. Just look at that. Once I get up to cruise, get our altimeter up. Fly VFR 10.5. And there we go. We'll arm that. There we go. 10.5. And we'll stay on this heading right now for a little bit. Actually, we'll reset the direct to, and heading hold, and we'll go outside. Give you a nice little view. Just amazing. If you like flying low and slow, ortho is the way to go. And I did not just try to rhyme that for a reason. No, it's I mean, it also looks really good when you're flying up high too, but it definitely makes it more entertaining. just being able to see those spectacular views. How are you doing today, Crash? Let's go on nav hold. So we're almost there. I'm gonna drop the nose just a little bit, pick up some speed. So we're at 8,000 right now. So I've had to try to find a couple of different routes to get in here on my own. There's really not a whole lot published about how to get into the Milford Sound area. You can go all the way out to the ocean. We can show, you can see that on the map. You could go all the way out to the ocean and come back. Like I said, these mountains down here are almost at 10, so it's definitely pretty crazy. And that's probably what they do for a safety reason, to come in and drop down out here and come around. But what I've been doing is I've kind of just come over the top of these mountains and then just get real slow and make my way down. So, but you can see, I mean, beautiful. Oh man. Down on XP for a month. I honestly don't know what I would do. Literally, it is my sanity break nowadays to just get into the flying. It's not even a hobby, it's more of like a medicine. And now my dog wants to sit by the rudder pedals, so that could be a little bit of a challenge later on. Alright, so we're at 10. We will drop the oxygen just to keep that passengers all set. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Vertical. Right. So there's 10. 500 more to go. We'll start pulling the prop back a little bit more. So, like I said, we'll try to get into that Susi Air Challenge later on. I'm hoping this weekend, or I'm hoping tomorrow. I got to get this flight done, and then I got a couple of cleanup things to do and around the house. So it hasn't been the easiest thing getting back into this and trying to find some sort of a schedule. And I honestly don't think that I'll be able to get a solid schedule anytime soon. With baby's still got gas, you know, a lot of the buildup of gas, so she's just pretty much been crying from the time I get home from work at 4 all the way until 9 every night. So it's definitely been rough. So we're a little off there. So I think I gotta look for my rock wall. I know I've seen that lake before. There's a, whoa. That was weird. I don't know if that was a simulated, well, we're not on real weather, but it was definitely weird. There's this one mountain. If you look at Sky Vector, I kind of try to follow some of the rules. I don't know if this is. It honestly might be. It might be this trim wheel freaking that out too. So that might be a cause. Yeah, it might be.
090, forecast wireless back, doing 319 data.
That's weird.
Doing 319.
Well, I'm sure my passengers are pretty sick at this point. Okay, so let's look at New Zealand real quick. So there's Queenstown right there, and this is a nice path that I would do, but I honestly don't know what that zone is. I don't know if it's for, there's like, I don't know if there's a NOTAM or something. Maybe I can look up the NOTAM, but maybe that is like a path that they use, like a Milford Sound pass. I usually stay out of it because I think that, you know what, I think I've seen that before. That looks like the same ones that are around Grand Canyon for like scenic traffic. So maybe we can use that, so then that might make that easier. So I believe it's that loop right there. So we're gonna use it today. Makes sense though. It's a nice little approach to be able to go get down and low and work your way through. Okay, well, I'm coming off of autopilot. It's gonna keep doing that. Whoa, crazy. Very sensitive. Okay, so we'll start our descent. A little bit of aileron trim right there. Make sure we'll clear what we got below us.
2327 approach today, expect ILS runway 19, descent by start at 6,000. Descent by start at 6,000.
So here's what it is. I mean, can't ask for any more of a beautiful scene right there. Okay, so it looks like there's the entry. So we're going to pull this back a little bit here. And we'll go a 500-foot descent.
090, and a report visual.
I guess the tricky part is making sure you make sure you pick the right alley, right? You could end up. Oh, no problem, Crash. Well, thanks for being here, and hope you have fun getting back into that sim. I know that sucked, but take care, and I'll see you around, man. Thanks for stopping by. Right, so we're going to take a little bit of speed down. Take a little bit.
Victor Charlie Whiskey, turn it right.
Let's see, Milford Sound's going to be up over there.
150, Victor Charlie Whiskey.
Sometimes I think that's where I usually go, is I usually go right over there. But then it's just brutal trying to descend fast enough to get down there. So we're really going to take the power down, and we're going to get start making our way down. Craziest part would be finding yourself, you know, in a false front of, you really got to know your route going in here. It's kind of like what I feel like I'm going to be doing right now. Because I honestly think I'm in the wrong cavern, but we might be right. Yeah, I think we are. We gotta make it over that that little crack that is crossing my glare shield a little bit here. Oh no, maybe we're right. Maybe I'm right. So watch the corners. So I want to double check my map again here. Make sure we're going. See, that's where I was afraid of. I think I'm over the wrong one. So we might have to add some power here. It's definitely different using trim because I used to have it on the yoke, and now I have to remember to switch to the wheel. Okay, so we're gonna have to get over here and make it right over this crack right here. I did get the there's a Milford Sound scenery. It looks really good. Custom scenery freeware, so that you can find that on the org as well. So this is I actually picked that up like 3 weeks ago, and I still have not flown in there yet. So interested to see it. Right, so here we go. Alright, I'm going to drop the power a little bit more. We can turn that oxygen off. And really start getting slow here. We're about 5.7 miles away. Gotta double look at the chart again. Make sure. Do I take the next turn? Yes, take the next turn. Which is nice. We're down to 4,000 already. Usually we have to go at like almost a complete dive to make it down in time. Still fast. A little bit faster than a. We can throw the prop in. Should be able to get a little bit more. Oh yeah, this is nice. So I'm gonna pitch it up, try to slow us down enough to get some flaps in. Okay, got our flaps in there. put another notch in.
Velocity 610. Reduce to 21 at 0 knots or less. Descend to 2,500. Cleared ILS runway 19 approach.
Okay.
Using to 210 knots or less. Descending 2,500.
Alright, so we're right there. Right around this corner will be Milford Sound.
Jetstar 7990, descend by star 3,300, cleared on X-ray, runway 14 approach.
3,300 cleared on X-ray runway 14, Jetstar 7990.
Velocity 505, descend by star 5,000.
So you can see how just absolutely gorgeous and stunning this scenery is. So let's add some power. So we got down pretty good. We're down to 1,000 now. So we're gonna level off.
Right, heading 360 visual.
Maintain our airspeed. Okay. Alright, landing lights on, strobes off. And there's the runway. Keep this up.
600 approach, respect the ILS runway 19, descend at 5 star 2.
I'm gonna hug the wall right here. Alright. Trim her down a little bit and make our approach.
Velocity 505, descend by
A
star
little high.
1019.
Should be able to do it good. Well, a little more trim. Just above the trees.
Velocity 505, descend by star 3,300.
And look at
X-ray,
that.
runway 14 approach.
Nevada Star 3,300, clear the ILS X-ray, runway 14 approach, velocity 505.
I misjudged that landing really bad. Now I don't know if the landing rate pop-up comes up from Project Fly. But needless to say, that was a bad one on my end. For sure. Probably the worst landings I've had in a long time. Spin it around.
Ended 8,000 if you're able to maintain it, and left heading 090. 8,000 and left heading 090.
Okay. So let's park it right there. Hit the parking brakes. Alright. Economy. Finish flight. Alright. So let's see what Project Fly said. Yeah, Project Fly said that was horrible. Yep, 443. I definitely, yeah, got confused on that landing there.
The wind at 190 degrees.
Alright, well let's make a better one at Queenstown.
Temperature 21.
Alright, so let's start that flight. Do a quick turnaround here. Flaps. Let those back up. Alright, let's get the trim set. Getting used to this.
Alpha turn right, heading 120. Right, heading 120 to $349.
Alright, so we got that set. Yeah, definitely getting used to using a trim wheel instead of the yoke is definitely a little bit of a learning curve. And I can show you. So yeah, check this out. This is the new panel and yoke assembly, or the throttle assembly and the trim panel. Really nice. I mounted it on like a flat panel, put it in the drawer of my desktop, and then mounted my SciTech throttle quadrant to that. I'll use the SciTech for you know, pretty much all planes except for, you know, general aviation that have the 3-pole, which will be a little bit more immersion on those. So I'm happy. They're definitely I believe they're the cheapest priced throttle setup you can get with the pull, because it's hard to find the SciTech ones they used to make, and so all the other ones are a little bit higher. But alright, pitot heat and strobe is on now, and let's make some better landings here. Right, here comes the throttle. I'm definitely not ready to do some of those harder airports in Soussier if I made a landing like that. So, alright, keep it down the center. Beautiful scenery. And we're just gonna climb probably at about the want to get down here 90 knots. Best climb. So we'll just do best climb 90 knots. And get that prop in to 19. So we can climb even better. Oh, turn my.
The 99er approach, morning, set dial S19er approach, and fire start at 8,000. Oh, that's runway 19, descent 5,8,000.
This funny little thing right here. The one time, we're climbing pretty good right now, but let me just tell you, the one time I went out here, I tried to make it out right in front of us and barely made it. It looks like you can make it, but I think we're climbing a little bit better today. It might we don't have real weather on, so that might be the reason. But whatever day I did this, because I've done this flight about 4 or 5 times, I barely made it. So it still feels like barely gonna make it. Definitely not the way you would be flying in real world. Let's pitch up a little bit more. See, it looks like you can make it, but I mean, just barely making enough vertical speed to get there. So you can see it's gonna be tight. It's tight every time. But it is definitely the shortest way. So if you have anything that climbs better than 2,000 feet per minute, can go, but not very many GA can.
1600, number 2, tower 120 tower 105, 600.
Alright, so we're going to clear that one. Should clear the other one too. We'll get a little bit more of a scenic look. Just,
Charlie Whiskey approach. Today.
just a nice little
Runway 19, descend 5 star 25.
glacial lake up here with waterfalls all over the place.
Charlie Whiskey.
So we're good. We're over the highest part. About to hit our opening here where we can drop back down in the river. We flew down. So let's reconfigure. We'll get our prop in 1500 RPM. 16 and then RPM down to 15. Good cruise right there. There's that lake I was talking about.
First 971, Roger, cancel the star and continue present. Cancel the star, heading to 090.
But definitely stunning. So we're gonna make our way this way through this valley in front of us. And then just over on the other side of this ridge is where the river, actually let's look at what river that is, or what bay. There's no, it doesn't say. I'll have to look it up on Google.
Charlie Whiskey, turn it right, heading at 150. Right, heading 150, Charlie.
Probably Queenstown Bay, I would assume. So, move my feet without kicking the dog. Jeez. Leroy just definitely doesn't like thunderstorms. We're getting a little bit of a rain down in Florida.
A 100, exit towards final, 30 miles front. Careful start, left heading 1000, 3 my apologies, left heading 100, left heading 100, 3
Just joining us, doing a little flight. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Is I forgot to complete that flight. That's why nothing's updated. And now I'm gonna go to my bookings. Alright. Always something to forget.
Charlie Whiskey, descend to 3000. And then 3000, Charlie Whiskey.
We're flying in New Zealand, the South Island.
Charlie Whiskey, this heading, I'll take you to about a...
Beautiful rock formation over there. Just the ortho is just really good. And like I said, it's freeware. Check out on the org. It's a little bit complicated if you're not used to orthos, I can tell you that. You gotta, I'm trying to remember, it is the ortho set, but it doesn't come with any mesh, so you gotta go on Alpilot or one of the other mesh studios and get the mesh and then put it in the right folder. I'm definitely not an expert whatsoever on being able to explain it, because it is it's a difficult process if you're not used to how the file structure works in X-Plane. But once you set it up if you're used to or know, now one thing that I learned, because I was having a problem with my ortho showing up when I had everything downloaded, I had everything set. What I didn't realize is that if you have HD, because if you look on Alpilot's Ultra Mesh, there's Ultra HD Mesh and then there's HD Mesh. Ultra supersedes HD Mesh, so it's got to be on top of. So if you have areas where you downloaded Ultra HD meshes, and you got to make sure they're in a different folder from what I've gathered. And then they would be stacked one lower than your normal mesh folder, your overlay folder. So we're just cruising along here. Nice little cloud formations we got going on. Not flying real world weather, just catching me. Normally I do fly it, but there is a heavy fog pretty much for the last 4 days that just keeps covering Queenstown, and I can only imagine it'll just get even worse at Milford Sound. So that's why I switched over, just so that we can see some nice scenery today. So we're going to take the river down. And then swing back and land at Queenstown.
Velocity 610. Reduce to 210 knots to the left. Descend to 2,500. Cleared ILS runway 19 approach.
I can imagine that on in the real world, VFR flying is virtually small chances, or you have to be a really, really good pilot to go through these mountains without smacking into them. Same as Indonesia that we were flying in last week. So it's great to. It's a good challenge. But without procedures in the Milford Sound, I think it would be, unless it's 100% visual and no fog, that you're not going to Milford Sound. Okay. So we're about to hit 5,000. Can level off right there when we get there. Alright, so better landing for sure. You know, I never landed, I forgot that airport's down there, but you can see there's an airport right there off the edge. I don't even know if, I don't know if it's a Sky Vector, but I do know that is an FSC airport. So that grass strip down there. Nice little place. Alright, we're cruising right along. Fuel's looking good. It's just about enough for the 100 gallons leaving. I did one time forget, excuse me. I did one time forget to get more fuel when I was in Milford Sound, when I knew I took a little bit not enough leaving Queenstown. And that mountain cliff that you just saw me barely smack into, I had one time where it was real weather. I had it fully loaded. I don't know what I just hit to cause that. Fully loaded to wait, and was pretty much on E. The light for low fuel came on as I was flying through the mountains. Then the weather updated and went to complete fogged overcast. And so I'm trying to navigate out of the mountains while hoping that my fuel was going to be good. Iowa Scotsman, how are you doing, bud? Welcome to the channel today. Short stream today, just showing off a flight that I normally do once a week, Queenstown, New Zealand to Milford Sound. So we're heading back to Queenstown right now. Just showing off some of the stunning ortho that they have for New Zealand. Freeware, check it out. But very beautiful country.
Foxy 600, cancel start, and that left heading at 070, descend to 4000. Cancel start, and left heading 070.
Well, how's Iowa Scotsman doing on a Saturday? Didn't check to see if anybody else was streaming today. Saturdays is probably prime time for a lot of people. So, alright, so just taking the river, we're going to go right around this corner, and we'll be heading back to Queenstown. Been doing much flying in Iowa? It was actually, I was laughing the other day because I remember our last chat you were talking about doing American Truck Simulator and our wives being confused on why we would do a simulator on something that's real work or whatnot, but seen a couple of people on Twitch playing the new American Farm Simulator, and I don't know why, but it's intriguing me to get. I did the. I had one of the farm simulators. I feel like that it's just going to be a grind. I don't know. It looks entertaining. I know it's multiplayer, I guess, on this new version. So that's pretty cool. You know, work with your friends and build up a nice farm. That'd be cool. Just want to make sure we... Oh, you know what? I know what happened. Is I knocked down some flaps. That's what happened. I got slow, and my pitch was off. So now I realize what happened. It was I dropped some flaps. Okay, so dead in front of us. Gonna be, or not dead in front of us, but you can always identify where Queenstown is on that mountain range because you can see that dirt trail that heads up there. I know that's a major hiking and trail, I guess, from what I hear. There was somebody I was talking to a little while ago that said that they actually got married on the peak, which that would be really cool. I can only imagine. Right. Alright, so we're looking good. Heading back home to Queenstown. You can see it. It's going to be right there. The runway is going to be right there. Straight in. Straight in runway 5. little bit better visual conditions than I had the last time I flew in here. Like I said, it was the fog. Alright. Alright, so we're going to get off this cliff and then we're going to start slowing it down. Start adding some prop and dropping. Oop. Get a nice little 500 foot per minute. Oh, not in a few days, man. Well, that's kind of where I've been at too. It's like my best opportunity in the last 7 days to fly is today, and right now all I want to do is just go to bed. Okay, so let's get slow. We're 7 miles out. Got plenty of time. Alright, landing lights on. Strobe is off. Alright, so let's get slow. Full prop. Very sensitive to trim wheel I got now. Gotta be nice little movements, but it's smooth. It's smoother than hitting the button on the yoke. Now I gotta take my hand. I can't do it with two hands now and trim, and which is kind of teaching me a better mechanic, I guess, as far as trimming. Making sure that I hit my trim before I start. So let's trim it up, drop that, and add a notch of flaps. We'll go 1 notch. And let's get to 120. Let's go.
7, descend by start to 8,000 on my 16 left, expect 5 left approach.
Alright, straight in approach. Okay. Gotta look for. Alright, we're looking good. I'm gonna slow down a little bit more. Pitch to slow. I think that's something that the control wheel is teaching me to remember again, is when you're on the other side of the power curve, that your pitch controls your speed. Power controls your vertical speed.
600, number 2, tower 120.5. Tower 105, 600.
Little high, but we're gonna make up for that in a sec here. We're actually looking really good. I found that this is looks like a good glide right now, what we're doing here. Like a standard glide, but I feel like I've been more, I'm more of a shallow approach guy. It took me forever to try to hit the St. Bart's landing over the mountains because I don't like steep approaches. Okay, and let's just drop it all the way down. Alright, we're looking good. Let's approach. A little correction at the end, and there's the flare.
337 approach today. Expect ILS runway 19.
Much better.
Stand by start at 6,000. Stand by start.
Alright, reverse thrust there. Alrighty. Much better landing. I'll take that one. Flaps up. Let's clean up the plane.
Putting on 167. First 921, Roger. Cancel the star and continue present heading.
Alright, here we go.
Cancel star heading is 090.
Minus 971. And report visual.
And we're going to hold short right here. Well, I'm not going to hold short. Taxi lights on.
971, turn right, heading 110. Vectors 25.
Beautiful airport too. I like just kind of where it's nestled right in the middle of the mountains and nice little lake. I hope everybody enjoyed this flight. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna try and hope that I can get the opportunity to maybe do some CC Air flights tomorrow. If not sooner or later. So I'm just trying to find some time lately. It's been tough. We got the holidays coming up. Much needed vacation coming.
Charlie Whiskey, turn it right, heading 150.
Right, heading 150.
These mountains are just awesome to look at. Every time I come here, just how good those mountains look. Love it. A little bit of stutters going on. Not sure. Still haven't updated 1.3. Like I said, I'm waiting for all the betas to be over and it become a stable version. When that's gonna happen, I don't know. I feel it seems I've been paying attention. It seems like there's still bugs every release, so we'll I'm interested to see the final product for sure. And we're gonna go park over here in R1, which is a normal station, non-commercial.
Charlie Whiskey, descend to 3000.
Then at 3000, Charlie Whiskey.
So, well, again, I really hope you guys enjoyed the flight. Check out like I said, I won't be able to hit a schedule anytime soon, but feel free to check out some of the older videos. I did do some of the Pilot Edge flights. I actually think I didn't record a lot of them, but most of the I flights are done on video, and I think really I need to, if I re-get the subscription, I'll finish the I ratings. I think I was on I7, so I need to finish 3 more I ratings. But yeah, mini vacation around the holidays. Alright, well, you guys have a good day. We're going to finish up this flight right here. Go to finish flight. It's December 1st. First flight of December for me. And the holidays are right around that. Did the Cat 9 the other night? Oh, yeah, Iowa, good job. I know, yeah, you said you were working on yours too. The Cat 10, I think, that one's you gotta be sharp on. Cat 10 is definitely a fun one. Well, congrats, Iowa. Thanks for chilling out and hanging out, Crash in Iowa. I hope you guys had a good little stream. I know I had some fun. I will try to put out some announcements of the next time I'm going to come on. Likely, or I'm hoping for tomorrow, we'll do some Indonesia Susi air flights, and we'll be heading to the harder, more challenging airstrips, right down the valley from where we left off on the last flight. So hope to see you guys then. But thanks again for stopping by, and you guys have a good night.